Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Emily and this is the Astral Library. And it is my birthday, or rather when this video comes out it is my birthday, which is Monday, January 13th. So happy birthday to me. And because I'm gonna be running around and I haven't had a lot of time this week, this is the perfect video to come out on this day, and that is because we are doing the birthday book tag. So I have a list of questions from the creator ZZ with Books. I'll link her whole blog down below. It has a whole bunch of book tags to do, and book tags are just kind of fun and easy. So let's go ahead and do one. It's the birthday book tag because it's your girl's birthday. We're just gonna go ahead and dive right in. I've looked at these questions, but I haven't really thought of the answers. So we'll turn this into a bit of a game to kind of like run around and try to find the books. So I'm gonna try to base it off of books I already own, unless the question specifically asks for something that I don't own. Those are the rules. Let's go ahead and dive in. So our first question is Birthday Cake, and it is a book with a plot that seems cliche, but I adore it anyways. I mean, there's a lot of these. Let's be real. Any romance has a very cliche plot, but I just love them anyway. So what would I choose? If I had to choose something that had a really cliche plot, but I still really enjoyed it. You know what? I'm gonna go with a tried and true. These books are entirely cliche, but I love them so much. And that is the Mercy Thompson series. I have the find up of the first 3 books in called Praying Mercy. This includes Moon Called, Bloodbound, and I think Iron Kissed? Yes. So this is all 3 books kind of pulled into one. I love this. This is a prize edition. This is hard to get my hands on, okay? But I love the Mercy Thompson series. It is very cliche. It's a paranormal romance tropes. We have a shifter and a werewolf mate and these little possessive. There's a whole bunch of fate and vampire lores in it. All kind of cliche, but I eat these books up and I love them. If you've been on this channel for any length of time, you've heard me talk about the Mercy Thompson series and how much I love them and how much I really want to continue because I'm so close to being caught up. She deserves the first spot on this list. The next question is Party Guess, which is my most anticipated book release for this year. Let me go grab the series that this book belongs to, and then I think you'll just know. You'll know right off the bat. So my most anticipated release for 2025 is the 3rd and final book to the Legendborn series called Oathbound. So if you don't know, Legendborn was my favorite read a couple years back, and I absolutely adored the sequel Bloodmark, and I've been craving the end of the series because Tracy Deonn is just so amazing with the storytelling, and the world is so fascinating, the magic's so fascinating, and it's black and Arthurian and ancestral magic. Everything about the series is so good. The romance aspects, the character, the side missions, everything about it. I love it. I want to know so much more, and I'm very excited to finally have that book in my hands come March. It's my most anticipated read. I'm going to read it the month it comes out. So whatever's on my TBR that month, we're just gonna shove it aside until I can finish that book. All right, our next question is Birthday Present, which is a book that surprised me with how much I loved it. My go-to answer for this is A Dowry of Blood by S.T. Gibson, but I've talked about that book like ad nauseum on this channel so far. So I'm gonna choose something else that I was actually surprised by how much I loved it. And I'll even go with, I didn't think I was going to love it. So what would that be? Looking on my shelves, what would it be? What would it be? Nothing up here. I kind of knew I'd love these. I haven't read a chunk of those. I mean, anything of my favorites I knew I was gonna more or less love. Something I didn't think I was going to like, but I ended up loving. Oh, you know what? We'll do like a classic, a throwback. And also don't mind how messy my bookshelves are. They're in need of a reorganization. That's coming soon. So the book I'm gonna choose for this is Labyrinth by Kate Moss. So this is a book I picked up randomly years back. I just kind of like grabbed this in the dollar section, and I actually had a mass market paperback version. This is so wildly out of my usual tone of reading because while there are fantastical elements going on in this, it's very much historical because we're following 2 different timelines. One in the more modern timeline and the other in like an ancient society. I think it's ancient Egyptian, something like that. I am not a historical girly at all. I really don't like historical text, but something about this book was so compelling and the characters and the story so interesting that I really enjoyed this book. And in fact, it's a book, even though it's been so many years since I've read it, it's one one I think back on fondly, and that I actually went on my way to find a hardback edition, albeit a little damaged, but I still love it. It's still never gonna leave my library. And anyone who's like really into historical and like fantastical, this is one of the first books I recommend. I'm gonna stand here so you can't see the mess that is. Look, I've just been stacking books, okay? I know I need to reorganize. It's on the to-do list for this year and for these videos, so keep an eye out for that. Okay, happy birthday song. So a book that certainly deserves all the hype it got. This is an easy one. In fact, I'm gonna show you all three because I think all three deserve the hype, even though I haven't finished the third one yet. And that is the Damon Bob trilogy by Shannon Chakraborty. Oh my god, I've been eating these up. Finished City of Brass a few months ago. I just finished Kingdom of Copper, and I'm currently making my way through Empire of Gold, and I understand. I understand why everyone said this series was so good. There's not a single bad book. Like, you know how normally in a trilogy, the second book is like really slow and drags, it suffers from middle book syndrome? Not Kingdom of Copper. I almost like Kingdom of Copper more than I liked City of Brass, and I really like City of Brass. But Shannon Chakraborty's writing in this series and just in general is so captivating. She is my new auto-buy author. I'm gonna read everything she writes without question. This series, the Adventures of Mina al-Sarafi series, that is her newest adventure. Anything she writes, I'm here for it. And this was her debut? That's unfair. You cannot debut with something this good because what's left? Just up and up and up and up. Where's it end, Shannon Chakraborty? Where does it end? I hope not anytime soon because I want to read everything you write. This is why I need to do reorganization, because that Kingdom of Copper should not be sitting sideways on top of other books. It should be in a place of prestige, okay? Okay, next, Happy Music, a book with very beautiful and truly memorable quotes. This is a hard one because I'm no longer a quote person. So I guess I just have to go with someone whose writing I really enjoy and I would find quotable. But I haven't kept track of quotes in a very long time. Like, nothing I read just is something that's quotable, you know? An easy answer would be The Great Gatsby because I have that tattooed. See, there it is. I got the So We Beat On. I know who. I have to go grab it. I'll be right back. I just got it back in my collection. So for quotable books, I think the book that probably uses language the best, Chain Gang All-Star by Nana Kwame Adjei-Brenyah. This book, oh my god. The footnotes. I've never seen footnotes used more powerfully in a book than in this. And I'm talking like academic footnotes included. There's been nary a powerful footnote than in Chain Gang All-Stars. This book is just, it's heartbreaking, it's powerful, it's impactful, and every word and every page matters. Okay, next question. Getting Older. A book that I read a long time ago, but would appreciate it more if I read it as a more mature reader. I think this one's hard. Something I had to read like as a kid or like early high school, appreciated. Or maybe one that I will appreciate in the future. You know what? I have one. For this one, I'm going to have to say The Cellar by Catherine Lowe. So this is actually a book that was written by my senior year English teacher, and she self-published it and it came out, and I read it then and I enjoyed it. I think it's a really great book, but this definitely deals with a lot of themes of grief that I don't think I understood when I read it. Like, I think maybe the first year or two after high school. I think if I were to go back and reread this book, I think I would just be that much more devastated in what happens. Because while I understood the idea of grief, like, you don't really understand grief until you're a lot older and you can see more of the effects, I think, and the lasting effects that happen as you get older and what that means in terms of just like humanity. This book was really good when I read it in high school, so I know if I reread it as an adult and really understood those themes of grief, I think I would bawl like a baby, which is why I have not reread this book. I don't want to bawl like a baby, but it was a very good book and I highly recommend it. Not only because it was my teacher, but also because it's just a really good book. It's really heartfelt. It's really interesting. It deals with a girl who moves into a new house after why her and her mom are going through grief, and she finds a cellar that kind of leads to a time traveling message situation. Very interesting, very cute, very devastating. Again, I think definitely worth a reread, and I think something I would appreciate a lot more if I were to read it now rather than when I first read it. All right, and very last question, which is Sweet Birthday Memories. A book that kept me incredibly happy during a sad or demanding period of my life. I mean, there's a lot of those times in my life. I'm a busy person. It's a stressful time. Something I really, really enjoyed that kept me happy. I have to think about this one because part of me wants to go like, I could do a graphic novel. I could do the series I first started reading, but none of those were like during a challenging time of my life. You know what? I think I'm just gonna have to go with a series that has stuck with me the longest, that has been through multiple periods of my life and is still continuously going through my life. And that would be, if I could find book one. She's dusty. I haven't grabbed her in a while. But that is A is for Alibi by Sue Grafton, or the Kinsey Millhone series. I've been reading this series, no lie, for about 10 years. I've told this story before, but I'm gonna tell it to you again right here. I don't know how I acquired this series. One day I was clearing out a lot of books and I saw that I had multiple, I'm talking multiple, like the majority of this series just in my library. And I'm like, I don't know what these books are. I've never read them. I asked my mom, like, hey, do you know what these books are? No, she's never read them. We have no idea how we acquired this series. And again, like I said, the majority of it, I think I was missing maybe 4 or 5 books. This is a long series. This is a 25 book series because it's the letters of the alphabet. So it's a 25 book series. I was missing 5. So I had 20 of these books. No idea how I got them, right? And then I decided, you know what? Why don't I just go ahead and read one? And so I did. And they're just little serial mystery detective stories. And you know what? I kind of liked it. And I've been slowly making my way through this series ever since then. It's like I said, this was in high school when this happened. So I've been out of high school for like 10 years now. It's been a long time. It's been through a lot of things. Not only getting out of high school, going to college, going to grad school again, COVID, it's been there. I've been slowly picking my way through it. I'm almost done with the series now. I'm over the halfway point. So any series that is gonna deserve this spot of being with me through the hardest points of my life, or just a lot of different points of my life, I'm gonna have to give it to the Kinsey Millhone series. All right, but that is the last question. I hope you enjoyed this silly little tag. We pulled a lot of books out of it. Let me grab them and see if I can balance them all. I worry about fitting them into frame first and foremost. These are all, see, I can't even get them. These are all the books we talked about. These are all the books that I would classify onto my birthday book tag. I'm gonna set these down before I drop them. But I hope you enjoyed this video. It was a short little one, but I thought it was really fun. I love book tags. I wish we did more of them here on BookTube again. In fact, if you want to do this tag for your birthday, feel free to tag me. I'll come watch. I'll leave a like. I'll leave a comment. Or if you want to do any other tags and you want to tag me in them, feel free. I think these are fun. I think we need to bring book tags back onto BookTube in 2025. That's all I'm saying. But that's gonna be it for me. I hope you guys have a good rest of your day, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!